Day 66, face something head on. In this dialogue, Jake expresses concern about a project, and Sophia encourages him to confront the challenges directly, using the phrase, face something head on. Jake asks for clarification, and Sophia explains that it means dealing with problems directly. They agree to tackle the project issues together. Here comes the dialogue. I'm really worried about this upcoming project. There are so many difficult parts.
The best approach is to face these challenges head on, Jake.
Face something head on. Does that mean we should confront it directly?
Exactly. To deal with a problem directly and actively rather than avoiding it.
I understand now. So, you're saying we shouldn't shy away from the tough parts?
That's right. If we tackle the issues immediately, it'll be easier in the long run.
It sounds daunting, but I can see how it would help.
It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. It might be painful at first, but it's better than prolonging the problem.
That's a good analogy. I'll try to keep that mindset.
Remember, every problem we solve now is one less thing to worry about later.
True. I guess it's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Exactly. Let's face it head on together. We can do this.
Day 67, out of one's mind. In this dialogue, Max and Lily discuss Sarah's decision to go skydiving. Lily uses the phrase out of her mind to express disbelief at Sarah's daring choice, and Max asks for clarification. Lily explains that the phrase is used to describe someone who is taking a significant risk or behaving in an unconventional way. They both express admiration for Sarah's adventurous spirit. Here comes the dialogue. Did you hear that Sarah is planning to skydive this weekend?
Really? She must be out of her mind.
Out of her mind? What does that mean?
It means she's doing something that seems crazy or very unusual.
Ah, got it. So it's like saying she's not thinking clearly?
Exactly. People usually say it to express that someone is taking a big risk or acting strangely.
I guess skydiving does seem a bit extreme, but Sarah loves adventures.
True. Maybe she just enjoys the thrill more than most people.
Definitely. She said it's been on her bucket list for years.
Well, I admire her courage. I could never do that.
Me neither, but I'm excited to hear her stories after she does it.
As long as she's happy and safe, that's what matters.
Day 68, where's your manners? In this dialogue, Emily corrects Lucas for burping loudly without saying, excuse me, using the phrase, where's your manners? Lucas asks for clarification, and Emily explains that manners are about being polite and respecting others. Lucas apologizes and commits to being more considerate. Here comes the dialogue. Burps loudly in the cafeteria.
Lucas, where's your manners?
Where's your manners? What do you mean by that?
It's a way of reminding someone to be polite and follow social etiquette. You should say, excuse me, after burping.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Excuse me.
It's okay. Just remember, it's important to be considerate of others around you.
You're right. I'll be more mindful in the future.
That's good to hear. Manners are about respecting others and yourself.
Definitely. I guess I forgot that for a moment.
Everyone slips up sometimes. The important thing is to learn from it.
Agreed. Thanks for the reminder, Emily.
No problem. We all need a little nudge to remember our manners now and then.
Day 69. Do you have the time? What time is it? In this dialogue, Marco asks Sophia for the time, and Sophia clarifies the meaning of the phrase, do you have the time? Marco confirms that it is another way to ask for the current time. They discuss Marco's upcoming appointment and the convenience of having a watch. Here comes the dialogue. Excuse me, do you have the time?
Do you have the time? Does that mean the same as, what time is it?
Yes, exactly. It's just another way to ask someone what time it is.
Oh, I see. Yes, it's 3.
Great, thanks. I was worried I might be late for my appointment.
Where do you need to be?
I have a dentist appointment at 4 p.m.
You should have plenty of time then. The dentist's office is just a 10-minute walk from here.
Perfect. I just couldn't check the time because my phone died.
You might want to get a watch, just in case.
You're right. Depending on my phone isn't always reliable.
Well, good luck with your appointment.
Day 70, it should be. It is supposed to be. In this dialogue, Leo is having trouble accessing a website, and Grace uses "it should be working" to express that the website is expected to be operational. Leo asks for clarification, and Grace explains that it's about expectations that may not be met. They discuss what to do if the problem persists. Here comes the dialogue. I'm trying to log into the school's website, but I can't seem to access it.
It is supposed to be working. The IT department did maintenance last night.
What do you mean by "it should be working"?
That phrase means that under normal conditions, it would be operational. Supposed to be implies an expectation.
Oh, I understand now. So, if something is supposed to happen, it's expected to happen, but may not necessarily be happening.
Exactly. Like the bus is supposed to arrive at 3 p.m., but sometimes it's late.
That makes sense. So, in this case, the website is supposed to be working, but there might be an issue.
Right. Have you tried refreshing the page or checking your internet connection?
Not yet. Let me refresh the page. It's still not loading.
Maybe there's a temporary glitch. Try again in a few minutes, or we can contact IT support.
Good idea. I'll wait a bit and then try again before calling for help.
If it's still not working later, I'll help you reach out to them.
14th week collocations and casual dialogue. I heard you're going to negotiate with the striking workers directly. Isn't that risky?
Perhaps, but I believe in facing challenges head-on.
Face challenges head-on? What does that mean?
It means to deal with the challenges directly, without avoiding them.
Wow, aren't you out of your mind? That sounds intense.
Out of my mind? No, I just believe it's the best way to handle the situation.
I admire your courage. Just remember to stay calm and collected.
Definitely. Speaking of which, do you have the time? I need to be there by 10 a.m.
What time is it? Let's see. It's just 9:15. You've got plenty of time.
Good. It should be a short meeting, no more than an hour.
It is supposed to be a short meeting, but these things can run longer.
True, but I have another appointment at noon.
By the way, did you hear about the incident in the lobby?
No, what happened?
The CEO held the door for someone, and the person didn't say thank you. He was like, "Where's your manners?"
Where's your manners? That's something my grandmother would say.
Right? It's funny to hear that coming from the CEO.
Manners are important, though. It's nice to acknowledge someone's kindness.
Absolutely. Speaking of kindness, I picked up that book you lent me.
Thank you. Did you remember to bring it today?
Yes, it's in my bag. I thought you might be out of your mind with worry about it.
Not at all, but I appreciate you returning it. I have a friend who wants to borrow it next.
It was a great read. Thanks for sharing it with me.
My pleasure. Do you have the time to grab a coffee before your meeting?
What time is it now? I think I can spare a few minutes.
It should be a nice break. It is supposed to be good weather for a walk, too.
Let's face the caffeine need head on then.
That's the spirit. Let's go.
After you, Emma, and I won't forget my manners this time.
Ha, that's more like it. Thanks, Daniel.
Day 71. Look who's talking. In this dialogue, Miguel and Lisa discuss making healthier food choices, and Lisa uses the phrase, "look who's talking," to point out Miguel's similar behavior. Miguel asks the meaning of the expression, leading to a mutual agreement to improve their eating habits. Here comes the dialogue. You really should eat healthier. All that junk food isn't good for you.
Look who's talking. Didn't you have fast food for lunch yesterday?
Look who's talking. What does that mean?
It's a playful way to say that someone should not criticize others for something that they also do.
Ah, I see. Like calling the kettle black?
Yes, exactly. It's similar to saying, the pot calling the kettle black.
Got it. Thanks for explaining. We both can try to make better food choices.
Agreed. Let's start by bringing our own lunch to work.
That's a deal. No more fast food for lunch. Day 72, close the deal. In this dialogue, Jamie and Taylor discuss the progress of a business negotiation with a potential new client. Taylor learns the meaning of the phrase close the deal from Jamie, which refers to finalizing a business agreement. The conversation ends on a hopeful note with Taylor looking forward to potentially good news for their team. Here comes the dialogue.
Hey, I heard you were talking to that new client today. How did it go?
Pretty well, I think. We're very close to getting them on board.
So, you think you'll close the deal soon?
Close the deal? What exactly does that mean?
It means to complete a business agreement or finalize a transaction.
Oh, I see. Yes, I'm confident we'll finalize the agreement by next week.
That's great news. Did they seem interested in our proposal?
Very much. They asked a lot of questions, and I answered all of them.
Did you discuss the contract terms with them?
Yes, we went over the terms, and they seemed happy with the conditions.
Sounds like you've got everything under control.
Hopefully, I'll have good news for our team by the next meeting.
Fingers crossed. We could really use this partnership.
Day 73, pulled over. In this dialogue, Carlos explains to Emma that he was stopped by the police for speeding, introducing her to the term pulled over. Emma learns what it means, and the conversation concludes with a mutual understanding of the importance of adhering to traffic laws. Here comes the dialogue. I was late today because I got pulled over by the police on my way here.
Oh no, pulled over? What does that mean?
It means the police stopped me while I was driving.
I see. Was there a problem with your car?
No, I was just driving a little bit over the speed limit.
That's not good. Did you get a ticket?
Yes, I did. It was my fault. I need to be more careful.
At least you know to slow down next time.
Definitely. Getting pulled over is not a pleasant experience.
I can imagine. How much was the fine?
It was pretty expensive. I won't be speeding again.
Well, it's an important lesson learned. Safety first, right?
Day 74. Can I borrow a couple of singles? In this dialogue, Maya asks Ben to lend her a small amount of cash, using the term sungles, which Ben queries. Maya clarifies that singles are $1 bills, and Ben understands and provides her with the money. The conversation ends with Maya expressing her intent to repay the money and highlighting her values regarding financial obligations. Here comes the dialogue. Hey, Maya, we're going to grab a coffee. Do you want anything?
Yes, I'd love a latte, but I only have a credit card on me.
No worries, the coffee shop takes cards.
That's good, but I also wanted to leave a tip. Can I borrow a couple of singles?
A couple of singles? What does that mean?
Oh, singles means $1 bills. I just need 2 of them for the tip jar.
Got it. Here you go. 2 singles for you.
Thank you so much. I'll pay you back tomorrow.
No rush, it's just $2.
Still, I don't like owing money. It's a principle.
I appreciate that. You're always conscientious about these things.
That's how my parents raised me. Every dollar counts.
Day 75. Back up, please. Mind backing up? In this dialogue, Nick asks Ava to move away to clear his view, using the expression, back up, please. Ava asks for clarification, and Nick explains that it's a request for more space. They also discuss the alternative polite phrase, mind backing up, which has the same meaning. The conversation helps to illustrate the use of polite requests in English. Here comes the dialogue.
Can you see the screen okay from back there, Nick?
Not really. It's a bit crowded here. Back up, please.
Back up? What does that mean?
It means, could you move a little bit away or give me some space?
Oh, I understand now. Is this better?
Yes, that's perfect. Thanks.
No problem. Sometimes I need a reminder to be more aware of my surroundings.
It's all good. Hey, while we're at it, mind backing up means the same thing, right?
Exactly, but it's just a more polite way to ask.
Got it. English can be so tricky with all these different ways to say the same thing.
It really can. But you're doing great with it.
Thanks, Ava. I'm trying my best. 15th week collocations in business dialogue. So, did you close the deal with that client you were telling me about?
Yes, I did. Look who's talking about closing deals, mister. I've got the Midas touch.
Hey, look who's talking. You're the one who's been on a roll lately.
It feels good, honestly. But changing the subject, I heard you got pulled over yesterday?
Ugh, yes. I was speeding a bit over the limit. It was such a hassle.
I told you to watch your speed. Those tickets are expensive.
I know. Speaking of money, can I borrow a couple of singles? I need to pay back Carl for coffee.
Sure, I've got some cash on me. Here's $2. Don't forget to pay me back.
Thanks, Mia. You're a lifesaver.
No problem. Just don't make it a habit, okay?
I won't. Oh, and sorry about earlier. I didn't realize I was crowding your desk. Mind backing up?
Back up? You mean you want me to move?
Yeah, just a bit. I need to sort through these files and I need some space.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. I didn't notice. Is this enough room?
Perfect, thanks. Anyway, I'm planning to contest the ticket.
Really? Do you think it'll work?
I'm not sure, but it's worth a shot.
Just be careful. You don't want to make things worse.
I will. So, are you celebrating your successful deal tonight?
I might go out for dinner. You know, treat myself a little.
That's the spirit. Look who's talking about treating themselves. You deserve it.
Thanks, Jasper. It was a tough negotiation, but closing the deal felt amazing.
You should teach me some of your negotiation tricks sometime.
Maybe I will, if you promise to keep your speed down.
Deal. No more getting pulled over for me.
Good. Now, I need to focus on this report. Mind backing up and giving me some peace?
Of course, sorry for the distraction. I'll back up.
Thank you. And don't forget, you owe me 2 singles now.
I won't forget. Thanks again, Mia.
Anytime, Jasper. Let's get back to work now.
Right. Here's to us, closing deals and staying out of trouble. Day 76. First given name. Last, family name. In this dialogue, Alex teaches Kim about the terms first name and last name in English. Kim learns that the first name is the same as the given name, and the last name is the family name. This exchange helps Kim understand and correctly use these common terms in English. Here comes the dialogue. Hi, I'm Alex. What's your name?
Hello, Alex. I'm Kim Johnson.
Nice to meet you, Kim. By the way, do you know in English we often say first name and last name?
Oh, I've heard that. But what do they mean exactly?
Well, first name is the same as your given name. It's the name your parents chose for you. Like my first name is Alex.
I see. So my first name is Kim, right?
Exactly. And last name means your family name. It's the name you share with your family.
Ah, so in my case, Johnson is my last name.
Right. Your last name or family name is Johnson. It's common in many cultures to have a family name.
Interesting. So, in full, it's first name then last name.
Yes, in most English-speaking countries, we usually say the first name first and the last name second.
Now I get it. So, first name is given name and last name is family name. Is that correct?
You've got it, Kim. That's exactly right. Do you understand why we use these terms now?
Yes, I do. Thanks for explaining, Alex. It's much clearer now.
Day 77, have lost track of... In this dialogue, Sam uses the expression, I sure have lost track of the time talking with you, to convey that he was so absorbed in the conversation with Ella that he didn't notice how much time had passed. Ella asks for clarification on this phrase, and Sam explains it, highlighting their enjoyable and engaging exchange. Here comes the dialogue.
Hey Sam, how was your weekend?
Hi, Ella. It was great, thanks. I visited the new science museum downtown. How about yours?
Oh, that sounds fun. I just relaxed at home. Did you see anything interesting at the museum?
Absolutely. There was this amazing exhibit on space travel.
Wow, I've always been fascinated by space. I could talk about it for hours.
Me too. In fact, I learned so much that I didn't notice how quickly time was passing.
I know what you mean. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Exactly. Speaking of which, I sure have lost track of the time talking with you.
What do you mean by lost track of the time?
It means I was so engaged in our conversation that I didn't realize how much time had gone by.
Ah, I see. It happens to me too, especially when I'm chatting with a good friend like you.
It's a good sign of a great conversation. We should probably check the time more often, though.
Agreed. Let's make sure we keep an eye on the clock next time.
Day 78, big deal. In this dialogue, Taylor uses the expression big deal sarcastically to imply that Max's achievement is not impressive. Max asks for clarification, and Taylor explains the dual meaning of the phrase depending on the speaker's tone and context. They clear up the misunderstanding and agree to share their reading experiences. Here comes the dialogue. Hey, Taylor, guess what? I finally finished that difficult book I was reading.
Big deal. I read 2 books this month.
Huh. What do you mean by big deal?
Oh, big deal is a phrase we use to say that something is not very impressive or important.
Oh, I see. Well, for me it was quite an accomplishment.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sound dismissive. What was the book about?
No worries. It was about the history of the English language. Quite complex.
That does sound challenging. Maybe I should say, big deal, in a more positive way.
Yeah, it can also be used to show that something is important. It depends on the tone and context.
I'll remember that. Congrats on finishing your book, Max. That is a big deal, indeed.
Thank you, Taylor. Maybe you can read it next?
Sure, I'd love to. Let's swap our favorite books this month.
Great idea. It's a deal then. Day 79, what's the occasion? In this dialogue, Lucas sees Maya is happy and uses the expression, what's the occasion, to inquire about the reason for her celebration. Maya asks for clarification, and Lucas explains that it's a way to ask why someone is celebrating. They continue to discuss the special event, which is Maya's sister's birthday. Here comes the dialogue. Hey, Maya, you look really happy today. What's the occasion?
What do you mean by what's the occasion?
Oh, it's a phrase we use to ask someone why they are celebrating or if there is a special reason for their happiness.
Ah, I understand now. Well, it's my sister's birthday today and we're having a party.
That's wonderful. Birthdays are definitely a good occasion to celebrate.
Yes, they are. Do you want to come to the party?
I'd love to. I'll bring a gift for your sister. How old is she turning?
She's turning 21. It's a big milestone for her.
Indeed it is. A 21st birthday is a significant occasion.
Exactly. We have a lot of fun things planned for the party.
Great. I can't wait to celebrate the occasion with you all. Day 80, take your pick. In this dialogue, Jenny encourages Marco to choose a snack by saying, take your pick. Marco asks for the meaning of this expression, and Jenny explains that it's an invitation to choose freely from the available options. Marco understands and happily selects from the snacks, appreciating both the food and the new addition to his English vocabulary. Here comes the dialogue.
Hey, Marco. I brought a few snacks for our study session. Take your pick.
Take my pick? What does that mean?
It's an expression that means you can choose whatever you want from the options provided.
Ah, I see. What options do we have?
We have chips, fruit, and some homemade cookies.
Yum! I think I'll pick the cookies.
Good choice. They're my grandma's recipe.
By the way, Can I use take your pick in other situations too?
Absolutely. Whenever there are choices, you can tell someone to take their pick.
Great to know. Thanks for the snacks and the new phrase.
You're welcome. Let's enjoy the food and get studying.
16th week collocations in restaurant dialogue. This restaurant looks busy. Do you have company coming?
Yes, I'm expecting company. My cousin and her husband are joining us.
Great, more the merrier. Should we wait here?
Please wait to be seated. It'll just be a moment.
No problem, we're early anyway.
What's the point of making a reservation if we have to wait?
What's the point? It's just to ensure we get a table on a busy night like this.
I suppose you're right. This place is popular.
Your table is ready. Please follow me.
You bet. Lead the way.
Look at this menu. Everything sounds delicious.
You bet. I've heard great things about their steak.
Are you ready to order drinks, or do you need a few more minutes?
I'll take a glass of red wine, please.
And I'll take it from here with a beer. The local brew you have on tap.
Certainly. I'll be right back with your drinks.
Do you think I should wait for my cousin to order food?
Yes, it's polite since you're expecting company.
What's the point of her texting me she's close if they're not here yet?
Maybe they're just finding parking. You bet they'll be here soon.
Sorry we're late. Traffic was a nightmare.
Do you have company often? You seem very at ease.
I love hosting. Please wait to be seated until they've cleared the extra settings.
This place is lovely. Thanks for inviting us.
You bet. I thought it'd be nice to catch up.
Can I get you something to drink?
I'll take it a gin and tonic, please.
I'll order some appetizers for us.
What's the point of waiting? Let's get the feast started.
That sounds wonderful. You bet we're hungry.
This night is off to a great start. Good company, good food.
You bet. Here's to a fantastic evening together.